bedi dwumedie sabre me mam nyina kwa bakese pa bebi bia wo ho bia ho nchia na me de ma wo say ya nopa me ma adwo say ye wia me ma ha say ye nwumre me ma say ya nopa me ma chen say ye wia me ma ha say nwumre me ma adwo ito ho nchia kese na me de ma no na ebi ma ade asam ebi so ade achom na ebi so ma sorry omukọ omonuma so ebi won so a ewia de gina so kese pa Boson for HIV PK me ne babedi dwumedie kese yi na me saso aka mo biam sese wonya nhye ya mesra wo fra wonya na wonya so enfre ni nua na ndi dwumedie na enye kama because sawama dwumedie ye ya enye ye yeso si amfa mbra mo so a ebede ne wonya asempa na ma hu ne eko inde me ma hye me TAPTAP St. Carlos ngai anomani dem kama na green white and the red no so e twa spededi o hwe ye mfoni so na tese bibia kwaso kama ti TAPTAP St. Dwumedie ne babedi ewie enwumre sabre bo aboso anase bro ni be say fasten your seat belt ne fa dwumedie ne hyehyɛ so edwubofo a me no babedi dwumedie yi youngest year A class in the Obetinum Ama director David and also no doctor in the bedi dwumedie ne friend Dr. Prince Orchard or a cardiologist or no na ne ba betwetwe nkomo a ye ba bedi in the topic no or say the effect and I said the causes of stroke and how to manage it. The causes of stroke and how to manage it. Nema pi ne ya e ma e stroke e ba ya brabom. Ye ba bedwene ni nyina won na stroke so de nim se ene adwene koma ene akoma no ene adwene no ene a daily together. Into as a cardiologist no he has all the premises and the right to tell us how best that you betimi ya de be boa ye koma na abso na aboa ya adwene so account se na enkofa yare hu ana se yare boni bi e ma ye dachi na me saso aka mo biom sa boa fa so ya se na de dwumede ebramo eye blending bespoke so o pursuit papa ebe da ho na ton ho kama say your wedding say your any anniversary bia wo ye bia no mesraw hwehwe mo kira kwan e wo blending bespoke na onyom de kita ho omo number and the fidie so etwa speed no 0555 927 378 e Ghana number te ya na the 233 no plus 233 no edi kansa ofre efi abrochime ma sa ofre fi Ghana de na 0555 na and now the besha ase sa so bia na make am say e ba say bia ope dan anase bia ope fi a e be ma nya somdwe na wetima da na wasum atọ anase wakoma atọ wo dia na feel good homes abie ne krabata bebre wo Pokwase East Legon Hills just say baby bia perfect good homes bia no baby mu dimutintima pa East Legon Hills ana Pokwase hwehwe mo kira kwan omo number the defidie no so no US number na ye 513 anase bia so free outside US plus 1513 372 5748 ana number ni biom so no Ghana den plus 233 208 149 504 plus 233 208 149 504 ebiom isaso aka wo se ejumedieku kesia aso ya sne pa ye de we ebra e TAPTAP said and ye omo so ya sne nyina model of all sponsors and ye de dwumedie ebra no to be car say misraw say ope baby asene usika akọ Ghana asem or how bia ema ho a look no further but TAPTAP said the fastest, the secured and the most reliable way to send money back home. TAPTAP said papa no now Mr. say our first time so I used the promo code HRE said obet me your first $15 bonus on your first transaction. So when you use promo code now say o say this can we are and the pa ho adesafe into Bisra. Catch on your now your so catch any na nyina ya bodo opinion besha. Sabria ya de aboafa so asene abramu no. You be kwache quick commercial break concerning Ghana Music Awards USA and also Africa Most Beautiful. You ba peno ye introduce director and they need be din komo ye we pena fe de ya call main director by my open remarks or my open remarks you have the Dr. Prince Orchard twetwe enkomo meda wase.
The search is over. Are you ready for 29th July? African most beautiful USA. Who wears the crown?
The night is gonna be live from 2000 Howell Drive by Mara, New Jersey, 08065. And Boost Up 23. Yes, it's over. The search is over. And the ladies are ready. Apparently, we are anticipating the maiden event. Who wears the crown for African Most Beautiful USA 2023? Date, Saturday, July 29th, 2023. Venue was Claridge Hotel, Atlantic City. NJ08401. Cameras, lights, and action.
African most beautiful USA.
Red carpet on the night is gonna be a dynasty. RT's on the bill.
Kelvin Boy, Obrafo, Dada KD, Natty Borax, FBS.
Janie, Cultural Troop, and Cora Obidi. What are you waiting for? Grab your tickets now.
Get your tickets from www.eventbrite.com.
The most anticipated night for an African girl living in the States? Who wears the crown? And Boosa, African Most Beautiful USA.
You are the one.
Hello, people. My name is Kale Boss. The only boss. Oh, wait, what else? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that TAPTAP Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download TAPTAP Send. Yes, TAPTAP Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download TAPTAP Send on Google Play Store or App Store, and when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download TAPTAP Send now on Google Play and App Store. TAPTAP Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
Yankutunana sio nyamenono. Yanana sie wa maya tamfuate shoko. Hey, dia wae dia no. Wayama na yamenwanwa. Hey, wayama na timwae. Atamfuate shoko. Ghana for me the unbreakable joy is blessing. Oh, share HRETV. Kosuana she. Now be in on block.
Check the statistics. What from beaucoup d'État on big six. We remove all the girls logistics. You want here top speed Olympics. Yo, what up, people? It's your boy Natalie, and I'm watching HRETV, man. Keep it locked. Badman operator.
Hello, guys. It's your girl Pamela Odame Watara, and I just want to recommend HRETV for you guys for all your latest interviews. Just stay tuned at HRETV. I love you all, guys.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching me live on HRETV. His Royal Majesty. Oh my goodness, I love the name of this TV. HRETV. Oh my goodness. Just catch us live on YouTube. Just go there, HRETV, and click subscribe, and then get update on everything that they put there, and then watch them also live on Facebook. When you hear the name HRTV, you are talking about television that comes from the heart. Oh, HRTV. Oh, makuma tomi yemwati. Me that one say.
Good morning, children. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, R, E, H, R, E, H, R, E, T, V. Go and watch HRETV. Bye bye. H, R, H,
Yankutunana.
was that one? Your friend Calibos, the only boss with what is. Do you know about TapTap Send? Unima Metro. TapTap Send is one of the easiest, convenient, reliable money transfer app you can get. You can download TapTap Send on Google Play Store or App Store. We download it and then you register. Register and you are good to go to send money across every place, many countries in the world. TapTap Send. Why wouldn't that happen? I was that one? Your friend Calibos, the only boss with what is. Do you know about TapTap Send? Unima Metro. TapTap Send is one of the easiest, convenient, reliable money transfer app you can get. You can download TapTap Send on Google Play Store or App Store. We download it and then you register. Register and you are good to go to send money across every place, many countries in the world. TapTap Send. Why wouldn't that happen?
Ebusuafo eba mo nyina akwa ba kese eba TAPTAP Send and I say eba HRTV so and I say time with TAPTAP Send so ebiom so for HRFPK be na mtie gwam a me ne mo twetwe nkoboy your producers directors obaso asere and aso bo me fidie ne fruma e di dwumede ebra kama ewo abobo ano ene na Lord ana nana kwesi white dots so also the producers at large Danny ewo hodom and the A class angsa so ewo by na A class e de be twetwe nkobo on behalf of director David. A class what pop to say A class what's the maker
different person. Could be a different person.
When him say A class what be too one
I don't want to.
A class o kase antio okay yeah try my A class kasano abano because so I can say yeah live on Facebook TAPTAP Send Ghana, live on Facebook HRTV as well as live on YouTube HRTV. It's a bit I no that me talk as it me talk as clear but A class na maintain the kasa why okay so say me talk as all right one point to say right before we start the show, no, wait about my quick update and I say any good news with TAPTAP Send and I feel the young fair Dr. Prince Ocho na you know
from the camp of TAPTAP Send at the moment the bit my kind say a WBS TAPTAP for users and also tier for national phones so on the HRTV and so at the moment the TAPTAP Send it keep on flying and flying and flying high. You bet me I catch a phone a team for answer. Omukoso into TAPTAP Send. No mukoso more on the run chair at the Omunian Munebushan phone so say Omu use TAPTAP Send. You cook out and so I echo out and so you go so weekend so in Toronto phone so I don't get air she so then. Sounds more and more land Worcester any Ohio any other state now so Ayomu the into say obi enim say bibi ekoso. Oh baby, so Uncle so by contact any of the reps and so now say oh contact we get in touch near my area and so I there so I come and so reps so the omudin any more states so I want so ever to chat to so into was or any of those cities in Bian Patropi and our state Bian Patro obey me I reach out to them and the recipients too.
A class that I say now rating on echo so saying am I in
so said they do so this week and so no sugar market in Kakra and as we continue to say we'll continue to balance the trend as we move along we know and believe as we continue things will go on well and we'll continue to win together.
Okay until you be jaw more concern that you be the national so see painty country the colors very
painty country colors red green white and the bed at the top.
I say, but once I share what the and I'm so imagine me, the wash with the traditionally, originally TAPTAP Send, and as you actually they made up made up your friend say improvised TAPTAP said into the end yeah tap it on the yes said class yeah that's a pane update now their mind and I hope say obi biara so what would here is I would use TAPTAP said na misra use TAPTAP said so what a TAPTAP said so now use TAPTAP said yeah misra by this time you know also won't say usu trasika krana or ferry but me person be ferry to be person use TAPTAP said o use no so menye pese ben kubinya fra wunia na unya so friend nia na sa wunia no on friend cousin na ya wo so cousin no so use TAPTAP said sabe yen ko na fe de you introduce your guest and you need the baby to komo guest and the baby to komo your friend Dr. Prince Ochi or you'll be I've known him for a very very long time and will prove beyond all reasonable doubt to be one of the most patient, reliable and also relaxed person I've ever met. To say me who say the both crab pen de bia no ne kasa da fon boko nti misrel sabote the kasa na sa no kasa sa not here the kasa da fon boko or a cardiologist at University of Texas Health so also na medical field for a very long time. A fun fact about him so a twin the twin brothers also a medical doctor sir. Dr. Archie, you about HITV so
me da was say major was so
one point to say
Yamiadum upon the ayapa.
They say you're from Dr. Kaka, that's Dr. Archie that the fafa
a movie Dr. Kaka the anwedding Kaka.
Yeah,
that Dr. Archie and I said Prince. Me I go with Prince.
Open Prince home. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, me say si na afi adwuma ba. Wo rebu crap on undi 5 minutes in poye and just about harassing about the service catch all you so fan chair why when you might use some women be doctors in the end the juma we yana be you will serve humanity at 8 your friend say outermost into no yeah there was say to safra when ya adaje now only ba betwe komo. I hope so in the next 30 to 45 minutes you know people will learn something from you and also you know make an impact in their lives. Stroke ya reborn e di nipa bebrenya e sey busua say Japadi bebre, bohu ejebi or born homodin or making more impact in life, trying to make things happen for himself as well as the family. After bohu the stroke, achino, ato hono. Dog, sasem no. Obi buza say then the cough stroke but the cough by na. And it's an answer before you may even talk about did the cough stroke ban stroke. I'm been crying for the stroke. So ye nipa, so ya boa, say ya car. Stroke a yadi.
Many applique me that was CP ewa kwenya with your mommy said many with TFOE yen che nimdie kakra emfa stroke obeso ye kan ho assemni stroke me de kan kan brofo na fe na yetimi achechim basically a neurologic deficit caused by not getting enough blood flow to the brain. Okay, it's a neurologic deficit. Inti me se me chema emra vessels and I say pipes, me use pipes for vessels, no. Emra pipes are a blood echo brain, you know. Intimi nye dwuma ye. And no emma brain friends say o brain no deficient with blood and I say cause ischemia and no and the stroke ever. But ubetimi ama kwam ama metimi baby emu kakra.
The floor is yours.
Yes, so you can stroke a big, right? Let me go even back. Before you can say oh obi heart attack, obi stroke. And before no you say a very different different things. No, it's not very different. Almost the same. But the location and a different. Into the risk factors will be the same. The way we look at the etiologies, no, so almost the same. Into before near a vascular accident, near cardiovascular accident, but right now we say cardiovascular because we understand say we are dealing with a very similar issue. So when we talk about a stroke, we have two broad categories of stroke. The first one, what we call ischemic stroke. That means say, blood supply, you know, and the issue. Blood supply to the through the pipes, you know, to an area of the brain no ɛnyɛ adwuma. So that's ischemic stroke. That is about 85% of the strokes that we see. And then we have the other part, hemorrhagic stroke. So hemorrhagic stroke, just imagine a pipe. Now a day blood every point A echo point B, and that's a one end to end. Now pipe no a pipe. Afei na nsuo no enyunu every pipe on air conchain. Sano that means say nsuo na osenke ko point B no entimi nru ho. Entino na eno na cause hemorrhagic stroke. Ebi also as nsuo na enyunu gu no ana blood na enyunu gu brain him no. And no so the way it causes what we call mass effect. And I say a pushy like the brain no it may cause deficits. Tiano so what we call ischemic stroke. Hemorrhagic stroke. Now these two strokes no, because they say one I say pipe not blockage we inside. I'm a back where pipe na na pipe no. We have different etiologies and also different causes for these two strokes. Into Yemfa, the big one, which is 85% of the strokes we see, which is the ischemic stroke. Ischemic stroke no yasa chemumie if BB embolic stroke and if BB lacuna strokes and also small vessel strokes. Okay, so ischemic no about 85% of strokes. But within that segment, yes, our small vessel strokes and a friend is an embolic stroke. Embolic stroke, yenka embolic stroke, So yeka embolic stroke, basically the air can say, me fan say ubi wo atrial fibrillation. Se me yenim atrial fibrillation a command it will say busse, right? I'll say busse. Say busse flow no a very nice smooth through the vessels, right? But odia krona kumano a quiver, right? Quivering, I don't know. Into a flow no a lamina and I say smooth. Na say blood say intimi inflow smoothly. Na afe ya na afe blood no so as a jina faako. Say moja su jina faako na ekoso what we call stasis na afi abochinku na kofa blood clot aba and a lot of times since our blood clot no it started free wa kumemu na afi eyi eko wadwemu na afi cause what we call large vessel stroke.
Wow,
that is one way a embolic stroke happen. A second way a embolic stroke a bit me happen is say a lot of for instance atherosclerosis and as a plaque from cholesterol buildup and everything. Vessels okay, carotid arteries, vertebral artery, and also aortic arch. Sa and no etimi breaky nafe a the brain nafe and also I say large vessel stroke and I say embolic stroke. There are other little ways that we can see, but I don't know common. Sometimes obi timinya DVT one in 9 mo. Na DVT na one in 9 mo no. Unse called the right
DVT
side of
the
the
veins bebrebe a one crofo ebi mo na hono no na DVT na.
Deep vein thrombosis no. Deep vein thrombosis say obi wo have veins one in 9 mo no. Utiminya clot was an veins no mo.
Now papi up, right?
No, you are talking about varicose veins.
Okay.
You're talking about varicose veins. Deep vein thrombosis clot I wo name. Obitimas menya clot o name. Say unya clot o name baby also econo the right side of the heart echo lungs. Intino ebeko etimi also cause what we call pulmonary embolism and I say menya P. But say communication the right side of the heart and the left side of the heart afe clotting bitimi afemu ako left side nafi ako brain okay. Afraid this paradoxical embolism. Okay, and all these are causes of embolic stroke, which is part of the broad category of an ischemic stroke. Nafe they call small vessel strokes may say a friend lacuna stroke no. Lacuna strokes no And no, say be when you a lot of plaque buildups, it was so that small vessels no, it will bring him the da. And no, say a block it a lot nafi and no cause sa small vessel strokes no. Into yedi kanyaka ischemic strokes. And just a review. Ischemic strokes no, there is embolic and then there's lacuna and that's a small vessel strokes, which is 85% of the strokes we see.
Okay.
No,
go ahead, proceed.
The part of the other part no, a hemorrhagic stroke. And no, I'm saying the pipe na pipe. Pipe no apai. Na ede na pipe edi moja ekɔ ya adwumi se timi kɔ pipe sa. Well, say regular pipe ɛwɔ hɔ no ede bɛn na betimi ma pipe. Pressure na ebi ɛwɔ inside me too much. And into na ɛma pipe. So the most common reason na you hu say obi nya ɛfɛ ne saying hemorrhagic stroke no ɛyɛ high blood pressure. Very, very, very high pressures. And you know, so they see usu huno se means what kuma kokoda. So have a friends and vessels a very small and a friable, a very delicate vessels. And the blood pressure is very, very high. 190, 200, 250. Now for the pressure now, the vessels now more than is used to. Tinafi a pie, nafi na echo friends and blood no echo out. These types of stroke are really dangerous because they are basically causing a lot of like blood to go out, and a lot of times people almost a bit brain don't make it, and especially if they don't they are not in the right place or more surgeon friends saying neurosurgeons these hemorrhagic strokes are very, very deadly. And so these are the two broad categories of stroke. And I said the Messiah can, I think say because of say two different, the risk factors are different. And I think say medical kind, but I'll now come to the risk factors. For ischemic stroke, a lot of times a cholesterol buildup. So what we are eating, a lot of fat foods, a lot of having diabetes, and say diabetes is an inflammatory disease. Sometimes we think about the kidney will be called dialysis, but no, strokes are because high inflammation also destroys the vessels. So high diabetes, high blood pressure, having too much pressure on the vessels, and also cause a lot of wear and tear on the vessels. So those are the big ones for that. But atrial fibrillation is also a big one. Irregularly, and but only a draw a thinning a blood so a draw to say warfarin and I say Eliquis and I say Xarelto and no wow. But say sa only say a draw so then with embolic stroke. And then when it comes to the hemorrhagic one, and the blood pressure, a lot of times, a blood pressure, blood pressure was so a lot of times, it's either here and also the heart, and of course it's other ways that you can have hemorrhagic stroke. That is not very common. Or cancer, not cancer, not dream, and I say metastasis, not dream, and it makes the vessel integrity very, very weak. It destroys the integrity of the vessel. So that's the broad categorization of strokes, and the friend is saying the ways are ekofaba. My name is Obesa Mikoso, and answer if now you want to ask questions about.
Okay, so Doug, maybe a couple questions are maybe I'll send you move forward. Okay, send you down and I'm a church of words to talk because what's the mood do. So, layman, right? You can't stroke. Which type of stroke? And are we referring to the one with the H, and that's ischemic,
Ischemic, and most of the time, most of the, and I'm saying because say 80% of the time, say even in the hospital, you can't stroke. In our minds, you can't ischemic stroke, and I say the pipe now blocked. Na fe intimi fa nsuo nkwa na se ya to pipe ni mu ana intimi fa a moja enqua dream. And to 85, most of the times when you talk about stroke, we are talking ischemic stroke.
Okay. Now, most of the times, yeah, we again, I'll use the word layman for the choice of interview. Now, we think say stroke, and to say me and Casa talk yare but ebusia yare you feel the stroke or hole when you stroke na stroke or papa nya stroke ne bra pen nya stroke it possibility also be nya stroke near high stroke genetics and I heredity.
A good question. A good question. There is a component. That's a very small component, I would say, of genetics. Just like heart disease, there's a component of genetics. But a lot of times, a normal yedie, a normal your blood pressure, any diabetes, I am so because so what so among a family, who are ni papa, a lot of times, the whole family, obia will wait. The Diana Croya and Yingna, yes, into no. You drink say genetics, but a buha yet genetics. Into no. The environmental aspects plays a big part. There is a genetic component to it.
So
however.
it's more or less of culture than genetics because their way of living because if you are a woman, your chance, you know, chance will not a medi, and not only as bedi. It's at the end of the day, they say, Yaribi Woma, Obia be as you proceed in life, So it becomes more of the culture.
Yes, and the lifestyle now, and one, but it does not mean that there's not a genetic component. There is some people are more genetics, not more, but in the general population, exercise and it's animal and brain.
Is there any connection with stroke and kidneys, like the causes of stroke? Is there any connection with that in kidneys as well?
So there is no direct connection. There is no direct connection. However, let me put it this way. A lot of times, if I say, a very, very high blood pressure, very, very high, not a cause even heart disease. That same, because nina vessels na a free akumano, a koya dream. Some vessels na a bia and a koya kidney. And so when we are the body is seeing all these blood high pressures, we can have issues with stroke, but we can also have chronic kidney disease and I say kidney issues. And there's that connection. High blood pressure can do that. Like the same thing, diabetes, very bad. You can have inflammation in the brain. You can also have, a friend is saying, diabetes causing a friend is saying dialysis. Sorry, my money I'm a little distracted. The second one is a lot of times you can have secondary hypertension, which is mostly most of them the kidney is what is causing the blood pressure. That same blood pressure, your heart is seeing that. So there is some loose connection, but there isn't a direct link. Say, kidney no any stroke.
Okay. Doc, I think these are the two questions that I have for now. I'll let you proceed, and as we go on, I'll just keep bringing some of the questions as well.
Okay. Patrick, mommy, 1 second, why?
Okay, that's it. No problem. All right, ebusia for Dr. Prince Oche and I no etwetwe komoy. Na wa biebie nima bebe so amayati ase concerning the different types of strokes. Ebetimi aha nipedia no. And also the causes of those different types of strokes now as well. Now, we're going to lead into, or we're in the second submission, we're going to lead into how we can manage these strokes. Sana embenya adia ya dream no you feel say toyare and I say busia yare on an enyaye. But my ati say your culture that you're living can be an impact. Betime creating that stroke in our lives. It is if webusia debia benku na mudi and I say debia dokuru na mudi anopa wie nwubre na say dokuru benku no and I say dwane kra mudi no components bi o ma very high impact for stroke. At the end of the day say nipa mienu mi ense nya bi o ma I don't know just say genetics but or say with that being said there's a little component and I say aspect of genetics when it comes to having stroke. Doc, so what about back then? They proceed with submission and admin. We have their call. We go for a quick commercial break. Then we'll go back into how to manage it. Then once we go to how to manage it, then we'll open up a Q&A for people, 2, 3, 4 people to ask you some questions. Then we'll let you go. You said they were very busy, but we'll play double role in there.
Yeah. So now that we know what stroke is, now that we know what causes it, let's go to, what happens when you have a stroke. Is that okay?
Yes.
What happens when you have a stroke?
Now, before you go into that, can strokes be reversed? Because the activity so obi on your stroke is permanent in nantie or obi on say so just stroke no buffer ma won timi nya hwe biom but one buffer na so bi so mo na atlas wobetime be that part and once you get into how to manage it.
A very good question. Actually, yeah. There's definitely gradation. And I say the stroking and the way it's presenting and yet pay. Number one, say what vessel na involved. Is it a very large vessel and that's a small vessel? Because it's a very large vessel now. The territory now of the brain now involved very high. So a small vessel so what the way it's present and it is severity. If we have meaning say obi will say oh menya stroke menya baby fencing baby stroke and I say mini stroke.
Mild stroke.
Mini stroke.
Mini stroke. And you're mad the mini.
Well, we don't use those terms, but yes.
The
general population. Yeah, the general population you mini stroke. And that's what we call the TIA. TIA means transient ischemic attack. Transient ischemic attack. And not only when a small plaque be na a breaking of na but occlude the vessel and I say pipe na occlude kakra but a one SIBA because the heart God has made it said that you have a clot but then it also clot busters. Say they say my clot but your body also it me a reverse and to be to me TIA. The definition of TIA is just like a stroke, but it lasts a few minutes to 24 hours. And a lot of times, these people don't really get deficits because a reverse it. Now, these people who get strokes, and I say mini strokes, they tend to be people that will go on to get strokes because it's the same risk factors. So that's one. And then if you have lacuna strokes, now because the small vessel strokes, which is part of the ischemic one. A small, like a small vessel, who have no speech in one, but a big crowd one year, and I say like but a very mild into a crowd. But then when we talk about the large vessel strokes, they say the obi will have blood clot na dream. And no it will have different vessels because to me breaky na different vessels. And to be bisano it could make also major stroke. But one of the biggest ones that we really see are the hemorrhagic ones, which is the 15%. I know you're mostly high blood pressure, not a pipe. Those people tend to get very massive strokes. And that is what we say. It doesn't mean say watching in tema. No. And yet watching in tem. Say onya treatment in tem is the issue because yes.
Doc, before you proceed to how to manage it, can we get the symptoms? How do one know say they're about to get stroke?
Yes. The symptoms in the are so many symptoms that you can get virtually a lot of different things. We tend to boil it down to a few things, but it doesn't mean say the arm not be a weak on sabako not be a weak. Na say sensation and I say won't afi no sakakra say won't as a won't feel if that's one. When 9 a bit me the same thing, but 9 are you weak and I say when and I say unu niabi wo but afi na say wo or nanti and I say was sniffer. Was sniffer. Na afi won't here. The other one is say I say afi wo kasa na say as one no more sanka crabisa a jack a fade as old trebiana, no, on chebi, but ne kasa no the say three and now say
It's a blurred speech, Miss Adam.
their speech and the say three, yes. And now say otimi kasa, but the all can insist so. Oh, the otimi kasa, but the all can insist so. That is another way. Otimi ka. Obuwa onim the obeso okapa as well ma. Oh, intimi ma. I say okasa with eba fine. Okasa eba fine. Oh, but the all can where's obeso use no afi e masa. That's another way. So afi obi wo nso a wonya hemi neglect and I say one ne kasa but I say or nkyɛn I say or ne ko say I say na and I say obi wo say kura obi ko gyina say a afei wo hunu oni akra na say na adwene neglect oni akro e just obi gyina ne say ansana wo hunu there are many actually ways obi okra it comes to say be a wonya urinary incontinence ne nyina wo ho there's many ways but depending on the part of the brain now are involved, and it determine the deficits because as you know, different brain areas, determine the different functions are may performing. Basically the areas of the brain will determine where it may a problem. No? But if you see any of these things, don't wait for more symptoms. Act fast.
All right. Docs, how do we manage this?
Okay, so because it's said my cancer, it can be TIA up to say obi bushi and it's like serious no. There is a stepwise approach also you follow. Uhu so be enya stroke. Number one thing to do is the airway patent because why do you not control breathing from right? No why here say circulation and also to say is the person breathing. A lot of times people with hemorrhagic stroke, that 15%, or mubushia is serious. You need to take care of the breathing, of the circulation and the airway first before you even worry about the stroke. Because if you don't take care of that, the heart will stop and then you don't really have a problem with the stroke anymore. The patient is gone. So take care of the airway, take care of the breathing, and then you take care of that. So if you share not only a chrono, the airway and home, kama afe utimi say pulse no you're intact and all that now that those issues okay then a lot of times you need to get a glucose level. I mean, at home you may not if at home just call 911, right? That's what you need to do. But a lot of times we will check the glucose level because obi or diabetes no nya hypoglycemia almost to me kasa timi yet is when you stroke no na anase ne afei ne nsa anase so hypoglycemia so to me yet we nyina bi
hypoglycemia no
low glucose glucose level.
Okay.
So bo diabetes but the glucose call lower utimi twahwe utimi ekasa okasa na afei as I was learning speech, with me, I feel, with me behavior almost they said you'll be when you're stroke. Okay. That's the first thing you'll see you rule out. From then, I mean that person needs to be going to the emergency room because time is very important in this. The more time you are letting time pass now, the more neurons and I will lose. The estimate is about 2 million neurons per minute.
And how many million neurons do we have in total?
I don't have the number in my but it's a lot. Like it's a lot. I don't have the number in my.
To say if it's in billions, that's how we'll see 2 million per minute. And you're bad, sir.
Yes. Yeah. No. Because you don't want to play with that at all.
Okay.
You don't want to play with that at all. And each neuron has a way, and each neuron is connected to another neuron by what we call synapse. And so like you don't want to be losing that much. And so the first thing is that you have to act fast. And so if you heard, there's also fast AHA calls something fast. So you have to act. the first thing that we need to do is we need to get a CT of the head.
CAT scan. And the CT, not the CAT scan, no?
CAT scan.
Okay.
And maybe Busa, when I host, why do we need to get a CAT scan? And I'm asking because my can't be actual. So also, yeah, internet make Busa, why do we need to get a CAT scan?
The doctor treat the
I didn't know the CAT scan.
Because we have to make sure,
say, right?
Of course, my brave said that classroom there one. I
didn't know the CAT scan.
We having a CAT scan because we want to make sure the BBI okay with him and want to know exactly say what kind of stroke are you having. Say vessel can say that pie and I said yeah a shooting call which him directed me and I said yeah ischemic.
What Jimmy mojo you know but the main thing what can no be break during the first few minutes to what we want to know is the person having a hemorrhagic stroke, period.
Yes.
Okay, period. Hemorrhagic stroke, and I'm say pipe na pipe, and no, you're very serious, and I no say a hemorrhagic stroke, you cannot use clot busters because if you don't find that out first, na pipe na fail sakoma, TPA will be run right there.
Oh wow!
Right there. So the first thing we need to do is know is this hemorrhagic stroke or other things. I did about say be who sometimes and they say obi wa be kwako hu no na bia a brain metastasis and I say cancer and a one year dream and a push nyoma ama unya kono yesa. Now if you know say a cancer and I say metastasis you cannot give TP or clot busters. I think I'm hearing myself.
Yes, I'm pretty sure maybe it's the panel.
Okay. So that is the first thing we need to do. Now, if we know, say, the 15% you're ruling out, say, and yet hemorrhagic stroke, then we know it's a ischemic stroke. From there, now we have to determine how long has this stroke been going on for. How long this stroke has been going on for. If we know, say, this stroke just happened, within Okodidi or restaurant, they happen here within 30 minutes and then we can do TPA. TPA and I said thrombolysis and I say clot buster. Meaning say I take clot buster penya. Adia would me ma onia chrono na fe blood na bo chenku na dream na fe are breaking in and out na fe emergency flow through the vessels. Say a recent stroke it me yes up to 3 hours put me a TPA. And I said sometimes some people will do 4.5 hours. They give a little bit of a grace period, 4 hours. If say more than that, then a lot of times the brain already it's already been injured. So now we have to ask ourselves, if I give the TPA now, is the person going to get any benefit from it? Because like that TPA also has its own side effect. Doctors and then nurses it's our side effect, right? So the TPA a idea prevent a lytic clot, but it can also make you bleed.
Oh wow!
It can also
make kind of
and so you always ask yourself, is the benefit that this patient is going to get outweighs the risk? So stroke na can alcohol and then alcohol on your crop because say let's say the stroke is for 8 hours. That area of the brain are weak and who are damaged. Who command a stroke or command a TPA, you can actually cause them to bleed. Yes. You also have to check what is the patient's blood pressure. If the patient's blood pressure is about 180, that's too high. Who command the TPA on your bleeding can bleed. And that's on your chrono. Like when you recent trauma and I say acquire recent surgery then all those things won't mean money TPA. Until say ultimately release on money film, then you can give the TPA. And a lot of times so much TPA like so clot now utimi sɛ onua korɔ no ne nsa no ayɛ yi no na ebi ayɛ weak no na afei asaba nti that's a TPA. However, there's also thrombectomy. And no deɛ is a TPA deɛ the mawa the mau injection na ɛkɔ all over the body, right? But yɛwɔ obi a neurologists a ɔmayɛ interventional neurologists a ɔmotumi ɛde tools ɛkɔ w'adwene mu na afei ɔmohwɛ baabi a clot no wɔ a na afei ɔmakɔtumi akɔ remove clot no, especially say a large vessel clot na mekan large vessel stroke na ɔmotumi yɛ sa ebi okra more than 4 hours TPA untumi nyɛ, but because I don't say a local, right? A localized nti no ɔmotumi kɔ w'adwene mu hɔ na afei ɔmakɔ remove in every hɔ. And that's another way to do it. But then if it's a hemorrhagic stroke, you need CT surgery.
Okay.
You need them to go and open the brain and really like repair the pipe.
All right. So
I mean, it's not CT surgery, neurosurgery, yes.
There were 2 questions for you. Just 2 questions. Then after that, we will allow those on Facebook, on both TAPTAP's and Ghana's page and HITV's page, and also those on YouTube, HITV to we able to double questions in the normal comments. So you also saw Zoom questions and comments. So you maybe did not also will open up for people to ask the questions. Me 2 questions, say. So I just wanted to know, with people that have stroke, right? Normal, possessing the symptoms of dragging their feet, slur speech, and also blurred vision. Can those symptoms be reversed? So being stroke no do that stage now, can they come back to normal and walk normal like they never even had that issue before? Is that possible?
It's possible, but it's not always.
It's not always.
Right?
So what is the possibility rate?
Yes. So it depends. Number one, it depends on how fast you were able to send out neurons. Say if you were able to get to you on timer, not damage na anye a year. A lot of times no, one it mean good reversibility. The second one is how big was the area? If it's a very large area, I cover a lot of territory, then you have many neurons now are affected. That's another issue. But obia like there was still like when you TPA, when you thrombectomy, when you so that those people can also do using PT, physical therapy, and occupational therapy, and teaching the brain to use different areas can be able to recover some of the symptoms, or even sometimes all of the symptoms, but you are really training the brain, using exercise and increasing the brain's ability to recognize use different areas to recover using PT and OT as well.
Okay.
So that can happen as well.
All right. So the last question to you, most of the times we are the assumption say in pediphone in your stroke.
Mm-hmm.
The rate at which in pediphone in there you who say club just starting your stroke. The rate at which in pediphone stroke and in colonial stroke no. Is it equally the same? And I say the older you get, or risk higher.
The older you get, your risk is higher. Okay. For sure. Just so like heart disease.
If that is the case, go ahead.
It does not mean that you're younger when you're stroke. And the younger people tend to get the serious one, which is the hemorrhagic stroke. So if you are a young guy, why you're stressed out, like a lot of psychological stress or psychosocial stress, the blood pressure was so high, say, then ultimately a bust in the pipe, or not in the vessels, young people tend to get hemorrhagic stroke. And when with the hemorrhagic stroke, I'm recovering it. Very, very and yet as good as like lacuna stroke and the larger stroke. So that's one. But you can also a lot of times right now, the risk factors for coronary disease and vascular disease, it's so prevalent. The way we are eating, the diabetes, the obesity, your food, like the area, your food area, no, like it's everybody's gaining a lot of weight. And so before maybe because 60 years old, maybe right now, no, the risk factors is so much. Say 40 years or 30 years are getting the same things that older people will get. And it's because in epidemiologically we know say the risk factors for heart disease, is just becoming more and more and more. But still, no, older people in the tinier stroke more than the young people.
All right, yeah, that's it. You better call compare comments our Facebook. Na for the bar na you better share if you HITV na ya kofa comment no wo honom e dia ba me patron me ba. Let's also okay, you know what? Let's just go ahead and open the floor for Zoom because I've been told to say Zoom people have questions from Zoom. So this is what we're gonna do. So our question, I will Zoom. That's open up nakasa. Just turn on your reaction button or turn on your reaction button. I'm first. Whilst the next person is speaking, it will put you. It will put you in a queue. Then I know. So okay, this person is first. This person is second. So please go ahead and first person to speak right now that you can unmute yourself and speak, but we'll be turn on the reaction button. No? So we wouldn't even how to turn on your reaction button. So that's up as well, Kasa. O mami hua, me jume cho dia to honum. Then when they do so, I'm afro. At this point, we are open for Q&A. Obi all question be my dog be Mr. Bremo. 30 seconds, ask a question so that the next person will also be. Zoom, you're Zoom the first and Sana Yakoko with the Facebook, the YouTube questions to Mr. So, what question be my docker? This is the perfect time for you to actually ask the question of. But you're off yourself and talk, why, Mr.
Hello, Doc. Good evening.
Yes.
With the
Doc
Bacho,
you talk.
Tracy, but I think yeah.
Okay. We in your question, but I just want to thank you for like enlightening us on all these things. Like you've really explained things to my understanding now. Going forward, so I'm going to spread it to my family members. I've learned a lot today. Today is my first time joining the program, and I'm going to be part of it, every Mondays. And I just want to thank you very much, and as well as the host as well. Yeah, in the question, but just commendation.
Thank you so much for the encouragement.
I mean, and this being your first time, like you said, it is not going to be your last time. What city in the States, man?
I'm in Virginia.
Oh, Virginia. So who used to TAPTAP send? Even used to TAPTAP send them. Please start using Uncle Jimmy is running the state of Virginia. Mr. Uncle Jimmy, before you be sure this the information be to your mouth.
Yeah, you should TAPTAP send. The home of record in New York.
Oh, home of record.
I mean, so gentle, like as almost teaching one.
Okay, home of record that meets here. Come back campo. Okay, home of record. It's a so you're so gentle. Into now. In Virginia, no. Okay, that's
right.
always be part of the family so that we can move forward. Before my friend, you about Obano, Doi the Dawn. I say, by the explanations, any Zoom comments, Zoom comments. Say by the explanations. How then can it be for herbalists who claim to cure Mr. Why? I just have to laugh because of the direction of the question. But also by the explanations, how then can it be for herbalists who claim to cure creams on the affected part? Doc, wait here. Question here. What here?
Maybe I'm here to affected part of the brain, and I say.
So who said, Dog? Yeah, baby, no, or BTB could just stroke. Yeah, Cornelia, pet, but we never be as rash and inside the home. and then the nine ajojo, and the body part. That's where the question is coming from.
Oh, no, that's unfortunate that we will actually do that.
And to so
And
just
if
is
we
the
are
dog
doing
so
that,
just go baby yeah.
no. I mean, because it's a yeah. How can you do that? And I mean, maybe an no, but it's not gonna help the body part. But PT, doing physical therapy and retraining the muscles and the brain, is definitely what needs to be done. And a lot of times we see a lot of improvement in Obi Buaha within 1 year with consistent PT. Yes, what mean any improvement, but not a cream. But of course, if the herbalist is using like plant-based, I mean, diet and everything, I mean, of course, it's going to have overall health, but it's not going to help the part of the body. I think it's a
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, that's it. Yen friend, yen yaba, oba kasa we are now the door the down so bekasa. Then the next yeah will be Dennis. Dennis we are now the door the down so abekasa. It's oba we are not Dennis aba. You do bet so what question for the fire and just I'll bet we do sana to for baba. Sana ebe you if you the oba.
Good evening, PK. Good
Good
evening,
evening.
Doc. Okay, so thank you so much, Doctor, for your time. Um, I guess my question to you is, how do we, because we know that a lot of these underlying causes is through our diet, what we take, our food. What advice would you give us to say about Obi my soul? We still eat the high cholesterol stuff, and then there's not enough exercise. We hardly see the older generation, our walking. What advice would you give us now that Yabo be my swat? Now you're explaining to us that even with the herbal medications that we order from back home, yet me boost up for a BB to decrease our blood pressure. What advice would you give us now that we are in Ubi so to live a healthier lifestyle and to take preventative precautions to prevent all these ischemic attacks?
Thank you so much. I think that's an excellent question, and really, that's what we should be talking about. Because the precautions will be taken. It won't be just for the heart. It's going to be for the brain. It's going to be for the kidneys as well. We know that the more we eat more plant-based diets, eating more greens, eating more fruits, even more raw, the rawer they are, even the better. And adding, of course, grains and beans. And really, if really limiting how much fat and meat and that we know, like we know that is how we will live longer and prevent diseases. That is proven. There is no doubt about that. And I'm going to use myself as an example. Today, my lunch, I do intermittent fasting. My lunch was a fruit smoothie. My dinner is going to be a smoothie made of spinach and grapes. That's my diet for today. Um, you cannot get any better than using these raw foods. Number two is the exercise. We need to exercise. We need to encourage it. And you don't have to do the same thing as everybody is doing. I don't like to run, but I love to row. I bought a rowing machine because I like that better than running. For some reason, I just don't. Find something that you enjoy doing. Some people like boxing, just boxing, some people will like walking, brisk walk. Some people run. Just find something that you can consistently do. And we know that will help with the cardiopulmonary fitness. If you eat alone and you don't exercise, that's not enough. And the best way to do exercise 5 times a day, 5 times a week, for at least 30 minutes. That is proven. We know that with that and exercise, that is going to be helpful. The third thing is sleep. Sleep. We don't get enough sleep because we are so much into working 2 jobs and that. But when you don't sleep well, your blood pressure will not get controlled. Okay, during sleep, there's something what we call the top part of the blood pressure is called systolic. The bottom part is called diastolic, right? The diastolic, when you go to REM sleep, there's a dip. It's called diastolic dip. That is a restorative process for our heart, and it helps to manage diabetes. And so we know that people who work at night and people who have very choppy sleep, they tend to have high blood pressure. So sleep is going to be very important that we do that. We got to manage our weight. We got to manage weight. And not just weight, but abdominal obesity. Weight away your fumonal. That area of fat has a lot of inflammation, causing more cancer, more diabetes, and so that. And also just psychosocial stress that we need to manage that. We need to be mindful of, for that as well. Mindfulness, meditation, prayer, and ways that we can reduce the amount of psychosocial stress that we are putting ourselves through is going to be important. Having a balanced life. So these things are like the core of what we do. When it comes to me, this is what is important to me. And so I would, some people need medications for sure, because their blood pressure is too high. But then I don't want to keep you on just medications forever. So we need to come back to this. It is not easy. I'm always working on this myself. Sometimes I fail, sometimes I don't. But you cannot stop trying. And I think that's the most important thing I'll say. Keep trying, encourage each other, work in groups. Like Madame Fubia, probably some of you may know him, Nate, or who may not say, I attack with what I can say. Like, oh, now we can say, what are you saying that? And so that alone was able to help me to reduce, like, just having friendships or people that you can work with to, like, sometimes platforms, WhatsApp platform, creating like something fitness club. Today I walk 2 miles a day. Yesterday 3 months will be a fun way of doing that. Very important that we do that. Thank you, sister, for that. That was a very good question.
Okay. It's a bit for Dennis. Dennis, we are not for the dawn, so Abba, not the Abba. Dennis.
Yes, sir. Good evening to you all. Your family Dennis Gambia, me Casa Free Air Atlanta.
Nice one.
Now me so me first day me batting.
Oh, nice. And then Dennis, you have I mean when I connect to my Akosia Williams. Also Atlanta or around in my Atlanta, you were AC levels, other guys of Atlanta or the moment, so they put in a lot of first of work as reps over there. Why? If you happen on contact me back down here, Casa. Why?
Okay. Okay. Now my question also is doc, Bell palsy, Bell palsy, a bit here lead to a true canna.
No. Okay, go ahead.
And aside say ABI, a bit here lead to stroke and Obi a 1 year Bell palsy panel. The chances of getting stroke are higher now. Because quiet to say me who need to be any na or Ghana, but even Okoye, unfortunately, doctors know the man stroke treatment later on, and Oko different place Nipanaka say any stroke, na mom a Bell palsy, and that was my first time of hearing that
Yeah. Very, very, very good question. So Bell's palsy is a neurologic disease, but it's not stroke. It is not stroke. Bell's palsy and stroke has nothing to do with each other. The causes are different. They may look alike sometimes, because sometimes you don't say like only a chronorabia. The way I was like Bell's palsy is one of the diseases that we think we understand it, but we don't totally understand it, right? But we do know that there are sometimes like some viruses that we can attack certain nerves, and that will cause those neurologic deficits. So it's not a vascular disease. It's not a vascular disease. It's mostly attacking those nerves. But stroke, dear, there's a vessel that is feeding a part of the brain, and that part of the brain is not getting the blood supply, and so it is not functioning well. So very, very totally different things. But does it mean that somebody who has Bell's palsy can get a stroke? Yes, if you're not eating right, if you are like, you're not maintaining your blood pressure, if you are not doing the same thing, of course you can get a stroke like somebody else. But the Bell's palsy itself is not going to cause stroke. You need to talk to somebody like a good neurologist, because and who knows what they are doing to you to distinguish between, well, no, most neurologists can do that, because if you sometimes, a PCP or like a Obia Webio school and housemanship, then they go into the community, and sometimes they are not really trained to do that. Here, no, it's easy to pick those things up. Yeah.
All right, Doc, it I say Yanko reading Facebook comments here, but penny I bet fair door the door now on so the number. Say you could share Facebook Governor Kojo Brew, the original governor from Connecticut, or the unofficial governor from Connecticut, or say, TAPTAP sent Papa no no, we in Bull Boatin, but I say, God bless you for taking in this topic. Not just say, what I know they will know, say, there was a say topic you will take it. That's from Bull, one of the biggest hype men MCs that you can have in Ohio and its environs. Kwame Nkrumah, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, so say, fact, now can you know, I know a yard, so as soon as Dr. Stephen Eduyabo say, thank you, Dr. Autry, for the great presentation. On top of all the great insightful advice on lifestyle prevention, I want to remind the audience that if anyone has poor sleep and risk of sleep apnea, as discussed last week, they should go get that checked. And they should go get that checked and get treated as soon as possible to reduce stroke risk. And I think so you even made mention says so be rare no cause it can even cause that
Yes,
when
sleep is a
blood
whole
is
big
not
area. Yeah, which I mean, doc is a specialist on. It has
yes.
implications in different areas, the heart and other areas. So definitely, if you haven't already asked doc to come and do on
Oh,
sleep
last
and
week he did that on sleep. Instead
okay,
of or
okay,
refer to last week say if you have any symptoms, go get it checked so that we maybe reduce or rate of stroke no. Yeah, that's it.
excellent.
That is a good contribution add on. You can free in your bema do the dad on what by now.
Piki minyala read me shahaya.
And then within him okay, I wouldn't want done it Daniel.
Me the Daniel.
And
Who didn't tell the be an answer samba. Mo fanchano.
what symptoms na son? I did you treat
Yeah,
stroke. I
some
have the symptoms not done before. That the man call.
adi me ma akonfo asa ayi for yare adwudu mu yare be dey. Doc
Hi.
yeah that's pa I'm very interested. Like me because I'm curious. I know say Anna most of these ads are omoye no aye fake there, but I still want to understand it well until I me de kasa ka ho no. Me type me a mistake. Yeah, herbalist for no. Is it because they said they now church mu no veins na achoki no with cholesterol or whatever no. Nti ebi omo de sra so veins kakra bi na pie no na a melty fats no. And it's working my binom. And any cream beer on the bema as a fast baby normally if you want to say one number drobi na the beer sra baby. Is it nini na ye tro? And as is there a possibility say cream be betima for now when be a veins be a tete or no minim se fats in the woman melt you or whatever. Is it possible? Because I didn't know your brain. That is what I have understood, and that's what I church the mama Matthias said. So
Yeah.
how can they be doing this? Not a whole country as a giant animal way across.
There's no cream that you will put on and that will make you stronger. That's not true. That's I mean the thing is that unfortunately I see a lot of these adverts on myself, but I mean people will buy whatever they want to buy, right? Even if you say don't buy, people will buy whatever they want to buy. Even here, people will believe anything they want to believe. So, but there's no scientific behind, because like I said, your brain is what is working with your nerves. Your brain is bringing nerves and attaching to muscles and causing them to move. How then do you put a cream on the skin to cause the brain to now start functioning? So you either have to work on the muscles, to try to now start to really align the rest of the nerves to the muscle using PT to start to get back. The problem that I find is that sometimes people will and like I said, I believe in lifestyle medicine. I truly believe in lifestyle medicine, but I don't want it to be used wrongly. I don't want people to use remedies that appears to be lifestyle based, but is used wrongly. And as a result of that, people actually not doing well, are actually doing poorly because they are not using things like PT, physical therapy, and trying to exercise little by little and making the muscles stronger and reconnecting with nerves and making it stronger. So that's unfortunate that we have that situation.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Sabre, the book of reading comments from YouTube. Pastor Dr. Cliff for the Usu feels greetings to your great teachings. I saw for the great teachings. But say Sabre, you reading all the comments from Zoom and also Facebook on HITV and TAPTAP Sengana. Doc, you've been right into your final lap. Any final submission be episode de may be na yeah sorry Jimmy so so for my na fe de benim say time yeah the ma no 1 hour na ya process 7 minutes into the show for check na yeah
So let me recap. Stroke is really a neurovascular accident where pipe and I was said a day and so if anything aduane and so if anything brain no. For some reason there's been a disruption. It can be ischemic or it can be embolic. Embolic in a high blood pressure, pipe and pie, and tinsuni immunogo. That can be very dangerous. We need to work on high blood pressure, and we will prevent that. Ischemic stroke is embolic, and I say lacuna or small vessels. The large vessels can be from clots here and in our neck. It can be a aortic arch, or it can be from atrial fibrillation, or like paradoxical embolism from our legs. That we need to address those issues as well. And then there's lacuna, and that's a small vessels, which is the atherosclerosis. And the way we eat and all that will help us as well. And those are the things. And when we have those symptoms, insanya juma or kwa wasanifa nine juma, and I said when you had the C3 and I said untimin those are things that we need to be mindful of. If this happens, time is brain. We need to get a patient to the hospital, to somewhere that they can get help. But my sister said we need to start taking care of ourselves, doing the common things that we know how to do: exercising, eating right, sleeping well, reducing our psychosocial stress. Those are the key things that will help us to not just stroke, but overall like physical health and even mental health. Thank you so much.
That was it. Dr. Timika. Doc, yeah, that was it. Say your twins are from to be a buyer. Or that I was saying in your name, Cobal, near Bedin, I mean, yes, you and your P if you honor. And yeah, DJP said, Bibisa Akoso. Also, you said there's a lot that you could be doing with your time, but you decided to spend that with us, and we are very, very grateful. I don't know, say next week we don't have so time and permitted, but we'll try to bring somebody to come and talk to us more about kidneys, because kidneys has also been another prevalent issue going on in Ghana, and the Kruman say so. It will try as much as possible, so we'll find all means possible. The Benya a nephrologist be not also a bit and I know, so Doc, you were helping us to get somebody like that, so hopefully maybe we can go ahead and just take care of it from that angle, whilst we also do our part on this. Yeah, that was CP. At this point, I'm gonna turn over to A class. If A class has some final words for you, Doc, before you sign out. Why?
And also the insight is very, very powerful. In the people ma name opinion and you know the best said and then yet you know more than a coffee so more bush for name upon the next me adma yet not so very, very powerful. HIE is also adding a piece of brain into a pomato. More for any for someone say more than some. So at least we'll get more people to get more education into it. So and Yami Aduma next week, if I say Shia, it's the doctor Yami Shopi, and for your time and the education that you've given out to us.
All right, Monsieur, for A-class lieutenant all my dog the final gratitude as he departs the show today. Sabre, you back off a quick commercial break. Yeah, bar na afidie. Time with TAPTAP send Q&A with TAPTAP send. Any questions that you have, any concerns that you have with TAPTAP send, yeah, no. Now the bit to you na afidie. A-class ne na boafwa kind of and then pinifwa A-class so and all the other leaders will answer all those questions for you. Now you be a pen on the average meeting so no. Ebiom, bes also a kind of say Ghana Music Awards USA and a TAPTAP send Ghana Music Awards USA. Also the day August 26th, our Columbus, Ohio. Only ticket and strap ticket na after the tour. Voting so no alcohol amanesi into the cyber in opinion for Ekikani Messi ni send a Jameboa in 2 months per panel or the winners of the awards to Ebebro. So also be African was beautiful. African was beautiful. The search is over. Audition is taking place every. I'm after the contestants has been picked. It is a motion video now. You can boy Imran Yasha said now. Oh, who say, Mariano, are you ready? And at this time, they need your votes to be caught. The question shame. Shenyao or CPC ta a uwinia ebeboa ama scheme itself. Will just go on with the first. Befa to pay Efra. It is Africa was beautiful and make up and also because so war New Jersey, Abuchimem, that is a USA, as I'm making 29th of July, our Atlantic City, Bia Yatu this a carriage in one and a becoso, it's a carriage in hotel on Honda Becoso, our Atlantic City, New Jersey, or however, papa. Now Atlantic City is a city on its own, or non sunny zip code, that was not sunny police one on the BPR, it's just loving it. I say, my friend the mini Las Vegas, so I'm my friend Honor. So I won't call that it's going to be an experience. It's not just an event. It's to take advantage and also get your ticket and go out there. You try quick videos about TAPTAP send real quick and also you try quick video about TAPTAP send Ghana Music Awards USA and African was beautiful. You back enough for the Q and out was made them say.
The search is over. Are you ready for 29th July? African Most Beautiful USA. Who wears the crown?
The night is gonna be live on 2000 Howell Drive by Mara, New Jersey, 08065. And Boost Up 23. Yes, it's over. The search is over. And the ladies are ready. Apparently, we are anticipating the maiden event. Who wears the crown for African Most Beautiful USA 2023? Date, Saturday, July 29th, 2023. Venue was Claridge Hotel, Atlantic City. NJ08401. Cameras, lights, and action.
African Most Beautiful USA.
Red carpet on the night is gonna be a dynasty. Artists on the bill.
Kelvin Boy, Obrafour, Gata KD, Natty Borax, FBS,
JD Cultural Troop and Kora Obidi. What are you waiting for? Grab your tickets now.
Get your tickets from www.eventbrite.com.
The most anticipated night for an African girl living in the States? Who wears the crown? Ambusa, African most beautiful USA.
You are the one.
Oh, hello, people. My name is Calibos. The only boss. Oh, wait, what else? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that TAPTAP Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download TAPTAP Send. Yes, TAPTAP Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download TAPTAP Send on Google Play Store or App Store. And when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download TAPTAP Send now on Google Play and App Store. TAPTAP Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
And also coming back again to this section now, and your Q&A with TAPTAP Send. But before we leave, I just want to say a very big thank you to all our viewers on Facebook, YouTube, and this is where we end this show on Facebook and YouTube. It's me, Patrick. I will show on Facebook and YouTube. Click on the link to the Zoom. So this is where all the questions and all the answers are being made or about TAPTAP Send when it comes to specifically USA and Canada. And to be Pacho, Facebook for the YouTube for that was some of my that's it. Right here on HRTV on the show Time with TAPTAP Send, with your prolific host, his Refresh SPK. But that was it.